Hello everyone, this is Kathleen and I'm happy to be here this morning and spend a little time with you. I want to show you how to make a new element for your junk journal. This comes out of my pocket pouch and this is a belly band actually, and it's a flip out belly band with room, in the middle for journaling. And it just has some kind of a little closure or something on the side. It could be a paper clip or, just about anything. But it does have this little flip, so it needs something to kind of keep it closed. It could even just have a heavy something right here that kind of weights it. But let me show you how to do this. I thought I would do this today because I'm working in this pretty autumn journal, and it's for the Stash Buster September Dear Julie Junk Journal Challenge 2023. Julie has a challenge every month, and I love them. I've been doing her challenges now for several years. And many of the journals that I have in my finished journal playlist are because of her challenges. But her challenges are always a challenge for me. Sometimes they drive me nuts. I have to admit that. She has a new challenge every month, and she has a Facebook group that goes with the challenge. And the women in the challenge are always very supportive of each other. And I just like spending some time with them. So I'm doing the challenge this month, and I was late getting started because of a couple of things. She has usually a list of supplies that you can use. Sometimes it's limited. Other times you can use everything, and I always like her Stash Busters because that means you can use whatever. And one of her challenge elements is a layered belly band with a mystery. And as I say, sometimes the challenges, it's hard to figure out what she's talking about, but she always has a video for each of these things that you might question. So it's easy enough to figure out. But her idea of a mystery is just a little surprise, something that the belly band has to do something more than just sit there on the page and create a space for something to slip behind. So I thought, well, that's perfect. I can use this as the mystery. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. By the way, let me show you an example that, I've been working off and on in this book too. And sometimes it's hard for me to get the things done that I want to do because I'm doing other things that I want to do. And so I have put one of these flip journal or belly bands, flip out belly bands in this journal. And I just have used this little collage here, but that's what this is. It has space here in the back, and then it flips out. So for Julie's requirement, that's going to be my mystery. These are some of the elements that I've already done for this journal. I have a fabric flip. This is just like 4 different things that flip out. This is going to be a double tuck. Here's a fabric pocket, a cluster. This is one of my folds. You might remember that. But I'm going to, this time, it's going to attach it. And then I've created this pretty pocket. This was the end paper in a recycled Reader's Digest book. And so I'm using that because the color matches so well. Okay, so what you want to do is measure your page and cut just a piece that will fit the page and create a belly band. So I've already done that. Her requirement is that this be a layered belly band. And so I'm going to glue this down first. So this is going to go up here on the top, I think. And that will kind of create a little tab on this side to help flip. So this one goes down first. And then I have one of these. This is the kit from Dear Julie Julie that I'm using this month, and it is called Botanical Bases, maybe? No, I don't remember. I'm going to have to list it down below. And then I want to put this one down. It's going to go down here. All right. And I want to put a little piece of washi tape kind of up here. Just as another layer. Well, looks like the next element to go on is this one. No, actually it's this one. So I don't know if any of you kind of plan out. It looks like it's gonna end up being a little different than my picture, but that's okay. Let's put this down next. Oh, this is deviating from my plan, so now I'm just gonna have to wing it a little bit. I'm just gonna put this here because I don't know whether I will use that now or not. All right, I do want to use this. Let's get this down. And one of the reasons why I'm using this piece particularly is because I want to have some lighter color. I don't want, I mean, in some of these digitals, it's kind of dark, but some of the digitals have white. Yeah, see this one, it has some white in it. And so I have chosen to include some white in some of the elements. And so this has been sanded. That's so that it would bring out the white. It's not actually white. It's a vintage white, what they would call a winter white. So I definitely want to bring in this white and even the white here on this butterfly. So yeah, so some of these pieces I really want to use in here, and others, you know, I guess I don't mind so much if they get left out. Okay, to make that dark. Yeah, all right. Let's just try the flower. So I'm just gonna layer these up a little. Yeah, and then, oh, this is interesting to me. I found this package in Hobby Lobby. Some of you will recognize it. It's the Paper Studio, which is the Hobby Lobby brand. And it was full of these little yellow flowers, and I liked the pink ones and the purple ones, but I thought this chartreuse yellow, that's kind of a weird color, and I didn't think I would ever use it. But these have been perfect in this journal. I find that really interesting, that sometimes you look at your supplies and you think, oh my gosh, that's ugly. I'll never in the world use that. And then I end up using it. So, yep, you never know. Okay, I'm using this little bling because one of the things I need to use in this challenge somewhere is like a bead or a charm or something like that, and I'm gonna call this little halfback jewel. That's gonna cover that. I like that. I'm thinking that we might be finished here. see. Mushrooms generally they're not up in the air like that, right? But no, that's another butterfly. I don't know. Oh, here's a circle shape. So in my clusters, in my collages, I don't want just corners and edges. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. I was not expecting to use this, but it's here. And it's a circle because the circle shapes, the curve shapes, and the straight shapes balance each other. If you have all curved shapes, that's unbalanced in my mind. So I try to, yep, I'm going to put that on there too. So this is an abundance of layers. And I'm just going to slip this one kind of under there. The reason why I didn't want to put this mushroom up here is because a mushroom is a recognizable object and it grows on the ground. And so if it's not grounded, then it will seem odd to your mind. It just will. It will seem like it's floating in the air. And so I want to put it down here lower because the weight and the recognizability of it requires that it be kind of lower in the design. This was a little too big. It would make the top unbalanced, too heavy on the top, but this one is just right. So I think we'll go with that, and this will remain unused for another time. Yep, I like that. Okay, so this, so it's gonna go there. But while I have your attention, I'm going to emphasize again how much I like creating depth on my pages, in my books, in my designs. So instead of just gluing this on and having that be flat, that ability to create depth, it's just really important. That's why I always like to distress the edges in my book, because you can see as I do this that immediately creates some depth in that page. Can you see that? Yeah. Let's do a little bit of stenciling behind here. Because that's going to create more layers, more depth in this design. Because I look at the page as a whole. It's a whole page. It's a whole design, not just this, but what's behind it as well. Let's put some, yeah, up there in the corner. Now I'll put that on, and you can see what a difference that makes. Okay, do you agree? Let me know in the comments whether you agree. There it goes. So I'm going to need to do something over here to balance this. Yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks for being with me. That was a little bit longer than I expected. I hope that that's helpful, though, and I appreciate your time. We'll see you again with another project.